Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is Sunday Media TV. Welcoming you to trending stories. Few days ago, the owner of Dangote Refineries, was on screen, trying to encourage Nigerian government to stop importation of petroleum products because his company has more than enough of petroleum product that Nigeria requires for its daily consumption. According to him, he said that he has over 500 million liters of petrol stored in the tank, in the storage tank. However, that keeping this product even costs him money to do so. So he was enjoining the federal government to stop importation of products and subscribe to procuring products from him. At the beginning of the commencement of operation in this refinery, the NNPC was to act as the uptaker. So as soon as product is refined and they are ready for consumption, the NNPC are supposed to uptake this product and then deliver to all the marketers, the IPMAN and the rest of them. So, but at some point, the NNPC thought it wise that no, we don't want to be uptaker anymore. We just want you to deal directly with the marketers. I understand Dangote's position because he was trying to kind of secure his market to be sure that whatever he produces goes out, through the NNPC because you don't want to deal with multiple stakeholders. From my own perspective, so I think they just want to have an assured standard buyer of that product. So it's expected that when NNPC gets this product from the Dangote refineries, because you already have a working relationship with the other independent marketers, so they already have the channel, the system through which they reach out to these people to get access to the product. So Dangote want to kind of isolate himself from these marketers and deal directly with just one stakeholder. Unfortunately, it didn't work out because NNPC reneged from being the uptaker and encourage other marketers to, kind of go directly to Dangote Refinery and procure their products. I think this is the bane of the problem now. So the issue remains that there has never been a kind of resolution or concrete arrangement, between the Dangote refineries and these independent marketers. Then, are you in support of the government putting an end to importation? For me, I think it's what government need to do. You know why? Because before now, Nigerians are clamoring for a working refinery so that government will stop the importation of product. Because this importation is one of the channels through which government lose foreign reserve. A chunk of government expenditure on forest goes through the importation of product. So when government stops importation, the forest they expend to get this product in will be conserved. And that's going to show up our foreign reserve and as well strengthen the naira. So these are the thinking behind, construction of refinery or kind of fixing the four refineries we already got. But never don't forget that in the previous administration under President Muhammad Buhari, they took a loan of 1.5 billion dollars, to fix the four refineries. And to date, they are not working. And I recall that the NNPC has, for about 7 times, changed the deadline of when this refinery is going to come back on stream. So, to date, we don't know when they're going to start working. Nobody knows. But to God be the glory. The Dangote refinery has come in to cushion this impact. But the problem is it really doing that? For now, no, because there's been a kind of problems between the refinery and the marketers who are going to uptake the product. Well, I think we're going to do it this way. We're going to listen to Dangote, what he said in terms of asking the federal government to stop importation. However, this singular, comment that he made, many people are saying it that, oh, they want to monopolize the oil sector. Is that really true? For me, I don't think so. I don't really think so. Nigeria has a very big problem in its hands right now. In every plan, you have short term, you have medium term, you have long term, right? So for the short term, government need to shut up. They need to stop importation for now so that we can stabilize the economy using the Dangote refinery. All right. As they are doing that, they strengthen their regulation to ensure that the refinery does not exploit the citizens. Why they are putting these regulations in place, they focus on fixing the existing four refineries for them to come up on stream as well. When the four refineries start working, including Dangote refinery, there will be competition in the short term or medium term, right? So at that point, Dangote will not have sole monopoly or sole control of the oil sector because the government will be producing even if they are not producing to full capacity. But at least whatever they produce and push it to the market It's going to compete with whatever Dangote is also producing, right? And from there, other investors who want to build their own refineries as well, whether it's modular refinery or something gigantic like the Dangote Refinery, can also come in. They can issue licenses for that and encourage them to build. But in terms of importation right now, I think the government need to, stop it, because we don't have foreign reserve. Our foreign reserve is too low as a nation. We just have between 33 and 34 billion. It's too low to pay for our imports. And Nigeria is import dependent. Virtually everything Nigeria consumes is imported. So we expend foreign exchange on daily basis on things, even frivolities. So when they stop importation, all those forests they spend to take the crude out, they pay for freight, they pay for transportation, they pay for ports, and so on. And they pay for the refining. And don't forget, there are other byproducts in crude oil, which I don't think we even get back, apart from the fuel, the diesel, maybe aviation fuel and kerosene. Other byproducts, nobody talks about them. So, but with Dangote Refinery, there's fertilizer plant there too, petrochemical, right? Which can produce fertilizer, which can produce even engine oil and all those things that we import. So that will help to build the economy. For me, now the focus should not be monopoly or no monopoly. I don't think that's the issue now. The issue now is get the things working first. You deal with monopoly, through regulation. That's it. And you get your own refinery back on stream. There will be competition. And many people will come in and also build theirs. And then the prices will stabilize. Market forces will fix the price as it is. So that's my thought on that. But I'm trying to kind of look at our immediate problem. As we are dealing with the immediate problem, we set the rules on how citizens cannot be, exploited. So I'm going to play you that video where Dangote is encouraging the government or asking the government to stop importation of products, since he has the capacity to take care of our internal domestic need, which I think he does. All right, he does. But we're going to say come back to this, all right, and then we examine part of the things that I perceive may have been the reason why all this fight and wranglings is taking place. So let's listen to Dangote first, and then we're going to come back to listen to what the IPMAN, someone from the IPMAN, one of their key executives, said concerning the reasons why they are not buying from Dangote Refinery. For now, we'll get back to that. Watch out. Let's see.
I have a refinery. I'm not in the business of retail. If I'm in the business of retail, then you hold me responsible. But what I'm saying is that the retailers should please come forward and pick. If they don't come forward and pick, what do you want me to do? That's nothing that I can do. So I am expecting either NNPC or the marketers to stop importing. They should come and collect. We have what they need. And, as they remove, I'll be pumping. I don't know whether you understand what it takes to keep 500 million liters inside our tank. It's costing me money. Every day, if I will be able to collect the naira, I can actually charge somebody 32% in interest. So right now, that's what I'm losing. And you are talking about 500 billion. We don't print money, but the issue is that if they come and collect, then you will not see any queues in the filling stations. We have what it takes for them to come and collect. We are not retailers. We also don't have trucks to send. We have a factory where we can load. If they come and pick, they will go and distribute. And they've been doing that with importation. So if they have been doing that with importation, if it's true they are doing 55 million, I see no reason why they won't come and collect their own and distribute.
All right. Thank you. You can hear what Dangote said. But I think what he said makes some sense. At the short term now, it makes some sense because we didn't need to rejig the economy and try to, fix things and put it into perspective. So those having the mindset of, we want to monopolize the market, let's put it in the parking lot for now. But let's get things right. And we're going to revisit the issue of monopoly. All right. So that's one aspect. Now, I don't know why, since this refinery, was coming up on stream, when it's getting nearly, completed, there's been a lot of infighting. Even the regulatory agencies are fighting the refinery, through the government agencies are fighting the refinery. All kinds of, squabbles have been coming up. Why is this so? For me, having looked at the huge corruption in the oil and gas sector, I perceive that first, the Dangote refinery will kind of expose a lot of things. All right, it's going to expose a lot of things, and one of the things it's going to expose is the daily consumption of Nigerians when it comes to petroleum products. Because till date, Nigerians don't know what they consume. All the figures they dish out are mere estimates. They are just estimations. There's no actual figure of what Nigeria consumes per day. NNPC don't have it. Other regulatory bodies don't have it. And you remember that it is through this estimation that they pay for subsidy. So probably they are overpaying for subsidy. So, but when Dangote Refinery comes on stream, it has the system. Once you come in and load your truck, they know how many liters you're taking and they know the location you're taking it to. So with that, they can be able to provide accurate figure of what Nigeria consumes. And bet you me, I think in previous administration, when they are paying subsidy, they are claiming that Nigeria consumes about 45 to 60 million liters per day. But if this is done through Dangote Refinery, you're going to see that Nigeria does not consume up to 40 million. I'm going to bet you on that. So now you see part of the things they may not want people to see. That's one aspect. The other aspect is that with Dangote Refinery, there's no subsidy. Nobody pays any damn subsidy. Why? You are not importing. You are not exporting your crude to import petroleum product. Everything is domestic. And with the system of Nigeria going to sell to him in Naira and they're going to sell back the refined product in Naira, makes it perfect. But I recall the last time I did a video on this, that arrangement is yet to kickstart. It's supposed to start in October 1st, I think, but it's yet to kickstart before the end of October. So I don't know if it has started now or not. But that's a different arrangement. Anyways, so let's examine this thing properly. Because when subsidy is gone, right, people feeding fat from that subsidy won't allow it to lie low. And that is the reason they still want to create that window for importation to come in. Because man must eat. That's the truth. Otherwise, what sense does it make that you have a gigantic refinery that even global community we are respecting and you are still importing product? It doesn't make sense. It seems like innocent vehicle, despite all the cars he makes, he's still importing the car he used. Does it make sense? No, it doesn't. He should be able to build the kind of car he wants for himself, right? That's the kind of thinking going through this issue of Dangote Refinery is back on stream and now the government is still importing product. But we will get to that when we look at the video from the IPMAN, what he said, why they are not buying from Dangote Refinery. And then we can just oppose all this information and see where we're going to land with that. All right? Because it's easy to come out on air and just dish out one comment and just say things, whatever you want to say, and nothing happens. So that's my perspective of what I learned from that video. But I'm going to play you that video, so you're going to be on the same page with me. All right? But before the video, I still want to bring in some things from what Dangote said, asking government to stop importation. Now, you cannot take the breast away from the suckling child. He's going to fight you. That's exactly what is happening. So these guys that are feeding fat from this subsidy regime, feeding fat from the importation of petroleum products, they're not going to let it go that easy. They're going to put up a fight. And they have the arsenal to do that. They can engineer people who are not even in government to do all kinds of stuff just to frustrate all these things. But I think anybody that is thinking good for Nigeria, we know that for now we are supposed to stop every importation. Since we already have what we need at home, all we need to do is to sit down, look at the regulations governing this sector, look at the PIB, Petroleum Industrial Bill, and then see how you provide proper regulations to ensure that the producer or the refinery of Dangote Refinery does not exploit the citizen from dishing out his product. That is just what government is supposed to do and allow the market to flow on its own. Then government also have the responsibility to fix its own refinery and get it working and also come to the market to compete with whoever is in the market. You can't be talking about monopoly when you don't have any other source. It doesn't make sense. There's nothing like monopoly. If there are other, competitors, and you want to sideline those competitors for only Dangote refinery to take place, then you can be talking of monopoly. But for now, what refinery do we have? It's only Dangote. So who is monopolizing who? Who is competing with him? Nobody. So these are the reasons why the government need to provide the adequate regulations for this sector. All right? And create an enabling environment to allow others to come in and establish their own refinery to compete with him. That's how it works. You can't say fear of monopoly and then you allow the same system to continue. No, it won't. So I support the need to end importation. I support that. For now, we don't need it. We have what we need in-house. So we need to encourage our domestic industries and protect them from foreign competition. in as much as we still allow them to, improve, grow, and develop, more than they are now. But we know and agree that Dangote's product is one of the best across the globe. Oh yes, doesn't matter what some government officials say. Oh, he has substantial product. Doesn't matter. It's just they are trying to demarcate him because of the, infighting within the system. That's aside. Now, let's listen to this IPMAN, and then we pick whatever remains and put it together, and then we get a clearer picture of what is going on. Now, let me roll the tape. IPMAN, it's your time.
Dangote's price is more higher than other places because if you can go by
what is the price?
It's international
what
price.
What was the price last week, please?
Crude has already coming down.
Yes, sir. Please, in Naira, what was the price from Dangote
gives
Refinery
about,
last
if I could
week?
remember, as last week he gave 995 Naira per liter. And you have to load, you have to bring your cargo and load. How much will you pay the cargo? How much will you pay other charges to your depot? And how much the product will go to the depot? And you expect independent mine to go and sell it? Can we go and say, look, we have to pity Nigerians. IPMAN are trying their best to see that they have salvaged this country, especially at this point in time. People are suffering. So let us go and source products that are cheaper, that will go and sell it to the people will appreciate.
Mr. Suleiman, what is the cost of importing? That's all I'm asking, because you told us clearly how much you were getting from Dangote and that importing seemed cheaper. So tell us, how much is importing and the cost of importation? It's difficult to imagine that would be cheaper than locally produced oil, petrol. So it'd be nice to hear
how much we are getting, Mariam.
So tell us how much. You said 995.
How much Ayo,
you said 995.
That is what he's selling the bulk, not to IPMAN.
Okay, so how much?
I'm telling you, how much cheaper? Not to IPMAN.
How much
the bulk
cheaper?
Buyers, those.
How much cheaper importing? How much? That's not the question. How much cheaper importing?
Cool down, Mariam.
Okay.
That's what I wanted to give you the answer. Cool down, so that you understand and Nigeria will understand.
Go ahead, please.
Said, at the last, become a price that government approved for us.
No problem. At the last time your members bought from the depot, how much was it?
1,025 Naira. So
Dangote's 995 sounds cheaper.
That is the bulk. Try to understand. It's not that 995 is not directly to IPMAN. It's not directly to the retail outlet. It's directly to the people, the depot owners, which they have to pay for the freight of the product from his depot to their depot. Try to understand. So they must pay the vessel. How much do they pay the vessel? How much do they pay the other charges? You understand? So all that, cumulatively, when they put it on the pricing, it will go to their depot at about 120 or 20 something Naira. So how much will they sell to us? You understand the point? It's not about that. It's not favorable. But I want to assure you, had they been selling it directly to IPMAN at that price, even price will have come down by now in Nigeria.
Okay, thank you. You've listened to the IPMAN talking about the reason why they are not procuring their products from Dangote Refinery. According to him, he said that the cost of procuring from Dangote Refinery outweighs the cost of imported product. That is cheaper to import than to buy from Dangote Refinery. Who believes this statement? Dollar, as we speak, is hitting almost 1,700 per dollar, right? And you are importing a product from another country with that dollar rate. Okay, let me even say that they buy from CBN and then from the Central Bank of Nigeria, and they're going to get it for, let's say, 1,600 per dollar, right? Let me just peg it at that. Okay, and you are importing this product and you are buying dollar at 1,600. How many billion do you need to import whatever you are importing? We have not added the cost of freight, the cargo, paying for the port, and what have you, even the refining of the product itself, right? And you are creating jobs in those countries where they are doing the refining. But in your own country, unemployment is huge, very high. Are you making sense at all? No, you're not. Dangote Refinery is creating jobs for thousands of Nigerians. And you said it's cheaper to import from abroad. I don't agree with that. There's no way we agree with that. With the cost of dollar to Naira now, the exchange rate, there's no way it's going to be cheaper. This one, Dangote Refinery was so well designed that all these marketers need is to do what? Send in their trucks to Dangote Refinery, load up their trucks, and pay for the product, and the trucks go straight to their filling stations where they dispense the product. So I don't understand where I was talking about the depot, you're going to pay for jetty, pay for this. I don't understand all that. All right? So the system in the refinery is so designed that truck owners who are independent marketers can just go load up their trucks. You don't need a jetty to take it. Your truck goes to Lagos, pick up the product, take it straight to the filling station. So I don't understand all this jetty stuff. The cost of buying a Dangote refinery is higher than cost of importation. Really? What about the quality of the one you are importing? Because we have used this fuel for decades. It destroys our cars. Most of them evaporates within a twinkling of an eye. You fill up your tank. Before you drive how many kilometers, your tank is already going to reserve because they are low quality products. They evaporate so easily. They burn off so easily. So what about that? And when we get all these kind of products, our vehicles are knocked down and all that, we don't hold anybody responsible. But today, Dangote Refinery is here. If whatever happens to our vehicles or if there's any problem, we can sue him. We know where the office is. We can protest in his office. But you can't go to Malta to go and protest where they dish out this substantial product and other parts of the world. You can't go there to protest, can't go there to sue them and be asking them for whatever. So these are part of the advantages. So the man was asked severally, how much does the imported one cost vis-a-vis Dangote's? He was going round in circle, trying to dodge the question. The presenters kept asking him over and over and over again. I was expecting him to tell us that importing the product cost them this amount of money to get it to Nigeria, and then when it gets to Nigeria, it costs them this amount to move it to their locations, and then at the end of the day, this is the total cost before the dispensing to the public. And then we can compare it with 900 and something Dangote is selling to them to see how it is cheaper or not cheaper. But he didn't do that. He didn't do that. He dodged the questions. And then he just put up one flimsy figure like that, which we don't even understand. All right? So I think what the next step is going to be getting Dangote Refinery, getting IPMAN, getting, I don't know if NNPCL has a role to play here or not, but getting the stakeholders, including Dangote, let them interface each other and discuss this matter. Let us hear them so that we know where to pinch our tent. But to me, I think it's with the exchange rate right now, I don't think the importation of petroleum products is going to be cheaper than the local production. Because even before the price of crude, before the price of fuel was increased to 1,030 naira, the independent marketers have been pushing all these years for them to increase fuel. So why, when they are saying it's cheaper than the internal production, I don't get it, because I know that Dangote must have worked out his figures, probably, because he knows what goes on globally. So he must have worked out his figures to know that whatever he's selling to them will be cheaper than whatever they import. So this may just be a demarketing strategy or just an excuse or an affront to cover up why they are sabotaging the refinery. So whatever it is, the problem is that it is the citizens that suffer. The IPMAN, they don't suffer. It is the citizens that suffer. They are the ones that need the product to move around. They are the ones that need the product to power their generators and what have you. So whatever they are doing, they should have the interest of the citizens at heart. The man claimed that Dangote did not invite them, that they on their own went to meet him about 3 times to discuss modalities. So I think the refinery, I understand their initial plan was to have NNPCL as an off-taker. Now that it didn't work out, I think Dangote need to, look at his strategy again and see how there's no way you're going to sell your product without carrying on board, this necessary evil. You have to do that. That's the only way to market your product domestically, because they already form a union, they already form an association. So once they say boycott, all of their members will boycott. That's the power of the union. So you need to, renegotiate with these guys and then see how you come to a compromise so that as you produce, they lift it. If you check the cost of storing this thing in your tank, what it costs you to keep the product for some days or weeks in your tank, you can compromise that cost, shave it from the cost of the product to the marketers, so that you don't need to spend that money to keep the moment you produce the uptake. So I think that's going to be a win-win. So Dangote need to look at that, and you need to summon a meeting, get them on board, have a conversation with them, sort out the bottlenecks, get in NNPC to also play a part to ensure that everything works in tandem among the stakeholders. All right. So NNPC has withdrew themselves from taking your product. So you're gonna create your own market. Again, look for your international markets. Let's stabilize your international market. Whatever they want to do with you domestically, if it doesn't work for you, sell your product internationally and make your money. You need to recoup your investment. That's very simple. So I've not seen a businessman that have a product that is needed at all costs, and the people that need the product are doing are doing all kinds of Tom and Jerry's game for for the owner of the product. The owner of the product will look for his market somewhere else and sell his product. All you just need to do, produce, sell, make your money. That's it. So, but give them chance to sort out the internal. I understand how you feel because you intended to use the refinery to solve domestic problem first before exportation and all that. But if they don't buy what you want to do, what do? You take up the other option. You sell your product abroad, export it, make your money. That's it. It is what it is. So IPMAN, DAPMAN, NNPC, Dangote Refinery, and all of the key stakeholders in this oil and gas business, please have the citizens at heart. Sit down, resolve your differences, do compromises where necessary, and don't forget that whatever you guys are doing, trying to solidify your ground, you are hurting the citizens. They are the ones that need these products. You are hurting them. Solve your egos. Deal with the issues and let this product trickle down to the public to eliminate these queues. And let the price be fair to the citizen. 1,030 naira is quite high for people earning minimum wage of 70,000. Please review all this, make it happen, and God will be with you guys. Are you of the opinion that, let importation continue so that Dangote will not monopolize the market? Or are you part of the view that say, no, stop importation so that we can save our foreign reserve and build our economy and strengthen the naira, and then regulate, the refinery, the Dangote refinery, so that it doesn't exploit the citizen, and so on. So let me know your view. Are you believing IPMAN that the imported product is cheaper than Dangote refinery? There may be possibilities to that, but we need proofs. They need to provide figures of how the whole process, go through. Yes, that's the only way we can be convinced and say, importation is, and then we can now ask Dangote to, rejig and see how he balances his books to ensure that his price is competitive with the imported product, so that we would see no reason for them to continue importation, so that everybody will going to move to the refinery, as it were. So let's see what your views are. And then if you are new to my channel, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel. It's free. Just click the subscribe button and then you are on. And then put on your notification as well, so that once my next video drops in, you will get the alert. You will be notified and you're going to know what is going on, what is trending in this oil and gas sector. We'll keep you posted on whatever happens. I believe Dangote must have seen the IPMAN interview, and then they're going to react to that. And then we pick it up from there again. We're going to get to the bottom of this whole stuff. And I know that as we do, Nigerians will be better off. I'm going to see you in my next video. See ya. I'm signing out.